Welcome back to a late episode of the scenario. I'm blaming this all on Matt.
I got busy. I'm a busy man.
You got a lot of stuff popping, man.
Yeah, man. I got things happening. Don't blame that on me.
But it's true.
Don't blame my success on me.
Oh, it's the success. Okay.
Yeah, don't blame my success.
Level. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all about. It's the success level that's holding you back from getting some stuff going, right?
Well, I mean, doing things like other projects.
I know.
Like, I don't know if you saw it.
I know.
My web series dropped last week.
Everybody go check that out. Where can they check it out at?
You, me, and E. You can catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on you can catch it on our feed on Facebook. Like it's everywhere. We got different stuff going on with that. It's gonna be.
I just want to make like you as a bum though out here like you and doing that.
I'm truly. I mean, really, I wasn't doing anything. I was just sitting there eating, and other people were talking.
And then that's really what happens, bro. But that's a good host though.
I mean, all I do is just run point, and make sure that the show happens. Actually, I executive produced the whole thing, so I mean that's a lot of work.
People understand that's a lot of work.
That's a producer credit for me. I'm getting close to getting an IMDb page. It's gonna be the whole thing.
You, me, and E. Yeah. Are you gonna put a picture on there? Or are you gonna make it like mysterious?
No, it's gonna absolutely be me. I gotta win this Grammy in the next 10 years.
10 years. So you gonna try to go for the EGOT?
The what?
The EGOT.
What is that?
EGOT is an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
I'm saying, what is that? Because do you think I'm going to win a Tony at some point soon?
No, I'm just.
Do you anticipate?
If you win a Grammy, fucking everything's on the table.
You can win Grammys for spoken word stuff.
I don't care if you win a Grammy, everything's on the table at that point.
Oh, I've won a Grammy.
I'll start managing you and start like, he should be in Mama Don't Mess Up the Fish Grease.
I'm going for the
on Broadway.
I'm going for the Grammy and I'm going for the Academy Award.
You definitely win an Academy Award.
Either or, but.
If you win, they just go and give you an honorary Tony. Like fuck it.
I don't want to win on TV or anything though. Like
you want to be like behind the scenes, like in other.
I just want for like people to like come over and be like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is that? Like some people get Emmys and you don't know because it's in the back after.
Yeah.
During the after.
Yeah, like I've met hella people that have like have like Grammys, and it's just kind of like, yo, oh yeah.
I was on that album.
Yeah, that's mine.
Because like if you like even do an interlude on the album to get a Grammy, you get one. Like if you're on the skit, anything, that's a Grammy for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So people understand like anything if you're involved, you're an engineer, if your name is in the credits anywhere, you get a Grammy too.
Yeah.
Or if you're a part of the record label, even stuff like that, you get a Grammy. Get plaques too.
Yeah, I mean you can get your awards up out here.
Yeah. You
should have a few awards in your life, like win some shit.
What age do you think you should start winning awards at? Like where you like, man, I need to be on my award hustle.
Like 16.
Damn. I'm not talking about like the your baseball MVP award. I'm talking about like.
I mean, if it's something somebody else votes for, it's an award all the same.
Okay, so if you win the MVP for the baseball team for high school,
like all conference or like something like that, like people got to vote for that.
Okay,
you should
all conference award.
You got chance to achieve early in life. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's a point where you have to, but like you should always be achievement oriented. Like, going for it, work for it.
Fofty, man.
50 is like giving you a level of joy in your life.
Dude,
I don't think I've ever seen you just happy about anything. We might as well just get to it now. Get to it. Go to it. Go to your recap your last week and a half of happiness with 50 Cent.
Oh man, 50 Cent has been out here recollecting. He's using other people that previously collected that he collected from to help him collect on new people. So he's basically like the Borg. Mm-hmm. Where he has moved people into his thing, and now you're part of the system of helping collect in the collections.
He's like the brainiac of rappers.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
He's collecting people and putting them into Candor.
Yep. That's exactly it.
Yo, why hasn't Brainiac been in a movie yet?
Well, he's supposed to have been in the Justice League movie, but they didn't. They fucked it up.
Oh yes, they did do that, didn't
they? He was supposed to have been in the Batman vs Superman, but they rushed it. So. Because they needed to have something out to compete with Marvel.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Oh, definitely a mistake. But 50 this week, he comes out going at his one of his castmates and people that he's executive produced on Power, Rotimi. Rotimi is the number one song in the country right now. Was it Wine on Him or something like that? Some kind of like Afro beats soca song. It's cool. But he said, yeah, Rotimi, you owe me $300,000. What's up with that? And Rotimi's like, I don't owe 50 no money. And then 50 start bringing, yeah, you did. You left my label. And look at that fine print.
This nigga, like, I'm trying to understand, like, is he just doing this all to entertain himself? Is he like the most bored rich person in America?
Yes. I think he's bored and rich.
Do you just think that this is what
he wakes up every morning thinking about who owes him money and who I can fuck with today? And this is all Tierra Marie's fault. Because if she'd just paid him his money up front, he wouldn't start thinking about other people that owe him money because she won't pay him.
Like, I just want to understand, like, where does it end? Can it end? Like, stop taking money from 50 Cent.
And did you see the dude?
Like, what situation would you have to get in yourself to take money from 50?
Man, my lights got to be getting cut off.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think it would have to be something worse than that.
I mean, that's pretty bad considering if you got a kid, you know.
You don't want to take money. 50 Cent is the last person you want to take money from if your lights are getting cut off. It can't be something.
Would you take money from 50 Cent or payday loan?
Payday loan. Payday loan ain't going to put me on Instagram. Like, and drag me.
And drag you and have everybody.
It's going to take a bigger piece of my check.
and you suffer in silence?
No, I mean, it's like, it's fine. It's like no big deal. Like, just, yeah.
Take it. Just take
the money. Like, don't take it for 50, though. Like, why ever take anything from somebody that's going to just make it a point to be like, yo, I'm just going to expose your ass?
I don't know, man. I might. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point because you just suffer in silence through payday loan and just be like, I'm just like eating out for the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's it. You'll be fine.
Have you ever got a payday loan before?
I don't think so. I hope not.
I don't think I never. I know I never have.
No.
Just don't seem like my type of.
I mean, unless you count the Student Loan Administration of the United States of America.
That's different. A lot of us motherfuckers have been in that situation, so that ain't no.
I'm gonna be in that for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah, I'm down with that loan.
Yeah.
I want to come get that. You ain't getting all this.
Yeah, no.
I'm going in the casket with it.
If there's anything I'm prepared to wait out and see the long way, it's gonna be student loan reform. It's coming. It's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna wise up and be like, "Ooh, this makes our debt really bad. Bye."
Now people are gonna stop buying more stuff because they ain't got to worry about that.
Exactly. You want to stimulate the economy? Wipe student loans out. You want to see white people do some nigga spending? Wipe student loans out.
So that'd be like their reparations?
Oh, that'd be everybody's reparations.
But I'm talking about for this.
Oh yeah. I'm not giving. I'm not. My mind doesn't work in a way where I can imagine white people getting reparations. But I get what you're saying, though. Yeah. I follow you. Let's just say it's like a big-ass tax return for everybody. It's a tax return that keeps giving.
A stimulus plan.
Yes, exactly. The reverse of what Obama did.
So Young Buck is out here still owing him money. He's still going at Young Buck. He actually calls Tony Yayo up. Just like, hey, man, do you know some people that owe me money, too? And Tony Yayo thought he's talking about him. But he was actually just talking about in general, like, can you help me collect?
These are people that I just haven't thought about in so long.
Tony Yayo,
Tierra Marie, and Tony Yayo. It's like 50 Cent is owed money from 2007,
and he's
on it.
He
just is in a time machine going back to 2007 collecting bread.
Shout out to Fifth, man.
Fofty.
So you want me to jump in this mailbag, man?
Yeah, man. Let's see what's
all right, let me jump in the mailbag.
It's cracking.
All right. First one comes from our man Sean Nolan. He says, "It's something pretty awesome about witnessing someone's hard work pay off and right in front of your eyes. This is why I say that. When it comes to college basketball, I feel very confident in noticing that my passion for the game is second to none. I feel incredibly blessed to be able to do what I do. Shout out to Fred Van Fleet. I don't have his cell phone number or anything, but we have corresponded over the years. I had a conversation with him when he was at Wichita State, and he broached a variety of topics. He's very impressive and mature beyond his years. Even though he was a high school standout, many of the Power 5 schools told him that he simply wasn't good enough. He talked about how that grew a permanent chip on his shoulder. Fast forward to last night, and I'm literally jumping off my couch with my friends as we all see him put in that work. I know what was required for him to get to the NBA after going undrafted, because he told me to go from you're not good enough to dropping 15 points in game 1 of the NBA Finals to help your squad win. Give me chills just thinking about it. This actually got my mind wondering, what would you consider a permanent moment in your life that you're proud of because you had to overcome adversity? For me, one example would be when my passion finally became my full-time profession. After years and years and years and years and years of perseverance and not allowing the doubt of others to usurp my beliefs and my abilities.
I don't know, man. Go ahead. What you got?
I think I'm still like climbing, so like I don't feel like I'm there. Where like I'm at the mountaintop, and I don't know if I ever feel like that. But I do feel one of my biggest moments was when I was recognized by Black Enterprise magazine. It was like, oh shit, like motherfucker Google my name. I'm over the top of the motherfucker got the same name me that's robbed a bank in South Carolina. That was part of my whole life goal. Is this dude in South Carolina robbed a bank with my same exact name. We look nothing alike though. We the same complexion, but he's like 6'5". You can Google it. Daryl C. Frierson is his name.
Oh God, this is like
no, it's dead serious. Like,
is this like Yo Luigi or
no? Yeah, like I was paranoid about it for a while when before people would just.
So wait, you're saying that this is your great accomplishment is overcoming
getting above him on Google.
Oh,
on Google searching for my name. The Black Enterprise helped push it all the way up and made everything else that was associated with my name push up even farther. So he's on the first page still. But we trying to push him down more and more.
Okay.
Shout out to Daryl C. Frierson, man. You got about a good another 8-9 years left, man. I was thinking about writing him, though.
Like, have him come on the show.
Yeah, like, no, over the phone.
Y'all would be like them Spider-Man meme pointing at each other.
For you. So what about you, man?
Thing I'm proud of stuff or something I'm proud of?
Yeah, where you overcame and you was like, damn, I kind of like that.
I mean, does pledging count?
Yeah,
it was a whole hell of a lot of overcoming in that on a regular basis. I don't know, man. I would say just getting to college for real. Honestly, I mean, in my neighborhood, I was the only person that made it. The only person that did. Like when I graduated the night before that, my homeboy, he said, "Hey, dog, you realize you're the only one that left and stayed gone and like didn't leave for the wrong reasons. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not taking that real trip that
not going up the river. Yeah.
You went west, but you took a you didn't go southwest or northwest.
I didn't keep going to Kansas.
Right. To Leavenworth.
Fucking Leavenworth. Yeah. No. I don't fuck with Kansas. So I mean, but nah, man, I mean that's real. I mean, all jokes aside, that's a big thing for me, man, is being able to kind of defy some of the odds. I mean, not to say that people where I'm from haven't made it, people haven't done things like that. I mean, we've done some really dope stuff around here, but I mean, it still is a little bit of a, beating the odds to make it happen, and it didn't happen linearly. It's like I had to go to, I had to have setbacks in school, and I had to, have some real life struggles getting through it, but I did. There's plenty of times when people would have quit. You know what I'm saying? And it's been like, I'm good, it ain't worth it or whatever. Or what I think happens to a lot of black folks when they leave and go places, culture shock.
That's one of the biggest things, though. That fucks people up. That's a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure you saw a lot of cats come in freshman year and they gone just because they
couldn't get with the scene, couldn't get with what it was,
Shout out to my man William Tucker, man. He hit me up on LinkedIn. He was one of them cats, man. He was analog. We used to call him an analog. He was like a computer. Remember the computers I used to talk like where you put in the words and it would talk for you?
Kawhi Leonard.
Yes. And he transferred because he couldn't make the Iowa State basketball team to Prairie View because he needed more black people and wanted to get on the team. He went forward to average 0.8 points a game for the rest of his college career.
Another thing I'm extraordinarily proud of is that one time me and my homeboy ate a 20-piece nugget meal each and went out.
Ooh, it didn't sit you down for the night with that.
It shut me down. It shut both of us down.
So y'all didn't stay out long?
No, I stood out. I stayed out. I went to Dollar Draft Night.
Ooh.
And had some gin and tonics. $1 gin and tonics.
How fast did you go on the toilet?
It was late on. It was late on that evening.
So it was after the night was over. You didn't have to go in the
No, you didn't go to the bathroom in this bar. No.
Like your ass would clench up like we ain't gonna go do it.
My ass would. It'd be like when you walking the dog and it just be like I'm not going any further and just lay down in the middle of the street on your ass. You go in there. Your ass immediately goes into self-preservation mode.
Like, no, we ain't gonna do it here. We gonna wait till we get to the crib.
No. Was there something I was supposed to like say to that? Was supposed to be getting my woman, not ever getting jammed up in my life. Like that's like
never been jammed up?
Never got jammed up in my life.
I've been jammed up.
I know you have.
Why'd you say I have?
Because I know you have.
But I did it. I just left the building though.
I've never caught the jam once.
I got jammed up and I just left.
Oh wow.
I mean, I like my uncle had told me, you just leave. You have no other choice. You can't talk it out. You can't.
The people that end up being the worst are the people that try to fight the jam.
No, I literally saw the jam happen and went out the back door. No, I literally just left.
Not mentally though. You
I physically left the building.
Okay.
Let's just say, and it's like, oh man, my boy needed me. I had to get up.
I wouldn't have said anything. I was just
No, I'm talking about like later on because I didn't answer the phone for neither one of them. Mm-hmm. At the point,
did they hang out with each other? Or?
No, they didn't know. It was I saw the jam. It was 6:09.
Oh, that's not the jam. That's different. The jam is when it's been acknowledged and you really have a situation on your hands.
Well, no, old girl saw me with the other girl. But the other girl didn't see the other girl saw me with other girl.
But they didn't connect on the other side?
I don't know.
This is the most unwoman-like thing of all time, to pass up an opportunity to talk?
This at 6:09 on the Thursday. It's pretty packed. I don't know,
Shout out to 609.
6:09, man. And so I was at the back of 6:09, and my eagle eyes looked over. It was literally like, what was the movie where the dude took the pills? What was it? Who was my man that took the pills? Limitless. It was just like that. And my eyes literally saw the front door and was like, what the fuck is she doing over here? She don't even live over here. Mm-hmm. She live in Illinois. What are you doing here? Mm-hmm. Gotta go out the back. I literally went out that back door at 6:09.
You gotta do what you gotta
And I also found out it's not really a fire exit because the fire alarm didn't go off.
Sometimes you gotta cut through the kitchen. Sometimes you gotta cut through the kitchen.
So let's get to our next email. This one comes from P. Franklin. He says, this question is from Matt. With all the black players getting some shine now, it seems, is there a resurgence with the swag with black players? Is this because of the RBI league coming up over time? What do you attribute to a lot of these black players getting shine?
No,
some of these players.
We're talking about Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball, y'all. I'm sorry. I mean, he didn't say that, but he just went, Matt. Yeah. It's almost like he's having a conversation with you and you just assumed you knew.
Well, I did. I know there's
for people that don't
plenty
know.
of other people who don't yet. Yeah.
And then he says, it's funny, I can name off those black players with a little bit of swag, and I can know them if I saw them. But if I saw any of the best players like Mike Trout out in public, I probably wouldn't know who they are. Do you think that this is something that we could look for the future, or just a time capsule?
Oh, well, I mean, here's the thing about black culture. The things that we touch, we bless. You know what I mean?
That's real shit.
So the more we play, the more just by natural osmosis it's gonna have those tendencies, right? I mean, that's look at what Griffey did for the game. I mean, look at Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey. Pimp strolling when they hit the ball. Frank Thomas, dope ass kicks. You know what I mean? Like the things that we touch, we bless.
Ozzie Smith for St. Louis was a black player.
Absolutely. So I mean, the things that we got there. I mean, some of the guys you look around the game too. I mean, you got Mookie Betts, you got Tim Anderson. Mookie Betts is in Boston, defending MVP in the American League. You got Tim Anderson, who's made it his point, who's literally come out and said that it is his agenda to save baseball, basically, to make sure that baseball got some flavor to it. Andrew McCutchen, when he had the dreads out there going crazy, you ain't see that a whole lot of places. There's a lot of brothers out there that's doing things and is playing the game with some style. Cats you don't even hear as much about, like Lorenzo Cain up in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? He played with a lot of swag.
What's my dude in Atlanta? That's got they was talking about the Pirates announcer talking about him the other night saying, I can't believe he's wearing all these chains.
Oh, but that's before I touch on him though, the other thing you got to remember about baseball is baseball can have all sorts of swag from a lot of different places, because who you're thinking about is Ronald Acuna, who's from Venezuela.
Okay, he's just a brother from Venezuela.
So the thing that you got is you also got the Latin players who have tons of swag. Yeah. Like as much flavor and life, the most lively guys, and a lot of them in the history of baseball. Pedro Martinez, Orlando Cepeda, guys like that. I mean,
Roberto Clemente was on.
I could name dozens of them, literally. But I mean, it's when you talk about the flavor.
Why'd you look like that?
I was about to make a big point. Because there's always a lot of flavor. Juan Soto right now has a ton of flavor in Washington. But that's the history of the game, right? I mean, the Negro Leagues were just as much as, if not more, quality baseball than Major League Baseball, but they put on a show while they did it. You know what I mean? And not like a Harlem Globetrotters, type of show where it's kind of like the main thing here is the entertainment and did it, but they just brought what we do well as a people to baseball. And it's possible, but you got to get people there. Shit, man. Dontrell Willis a few years back. Yeah, Dontrell. You know what I mean? Doc Gooden. I mean, it's
Strawberry.
It's always Strawman. There's always guys that's there that can do it, and they are. There's a lot right now. I feel like there's more baseball players who's embracing genuinely who they are. You know what I'm saying? And putting their flair out there. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Fernando Tatis Jr. It's just a lot of guys out there that's coming up like that you just got to check them out, though. You got to go to the game. You got to see what they're doing because it's there. Hell, there's even a few white boys with some flair, man. I mean, Bryce Harper got swag for years. Like, Bryce Harper might be one of the most swagged out athletes in the world.
Yeah, no, he definitely is swagged out.
It's it's out there. But yeah, for the brothers though, man, it's a lot more flavor around Major League Baseball than people give credit for.
Okay. All right, next up is from our man Dark Scribe. This is a recap from this. Our brother, he says, greetings from South Dakota.
Oh,
from my voicemail from the South Dakota.
That's right. Yes. Welcome. We're happy to find out that you are still there, brother.
He said, y'all cats wild. Man, the chance of being a gigolo is slim to none. Not that I'm with that lifestyle, though. There's nothing but 3s, 4s, and 5s up here. I've been here 3 years.
Hold up. 3s, 4s, and 5s. You barely got one dime and some change.
You can't even get change. You got you got a dime and 2 pennies.
Like, even if you split that down the middle, you still got a couple of 6s.
And you got to have all 3 of them at the same time to get that.
Damn.
He says, I've been here 3 years, only seen 2 9s. And to answer your question about my occupation, because remember we said it's not what you do. I currently work as a specialist for the Department of the Interior. I'm just here to stack chips, pad my resume, and move on to the next location. By the way, not trying to go back to Florida. Also, want to add to the discussion. Oh, he's from Florida. So I'm not trying to go back to Florida.
No, well, you're going to have to write in again because I need to know whether it's the bottom.
It's 3 city states.
There's 3 portions of Florida. It's like Westeros.
Is it Miami?
Is it Winterfell? Is it King's Landing? Or is it Dorne?
There we go. That's it.
Now, pull out a map of Winterfell if you're not a Game of Thrones person. You're going to immediately realize, oh, hell, this is like white people Florida.
Also add to your discussion about another reason not to go to Mississippi. They just ratified the 13th Amendment in 2013. Damn, I didn't know that. Always keep putting out great content, fellas. Dark Scribe. Shout out to you, Dark Scribe, man.
Shout out, brother.
Man, hold it
stay
down.
strong. Even though I feel like then when you say it's a job with like the Department of the Interior or something, I feel like you might really be Jason Bourne.
Right.
But whatever.
No. Because I've never heard of the Department of Interior.
I don't think it's a real thing.
I think he works for like the feds.
I think it's like S.H.I.E.L.D. or like...
He goes to a regular office and it's like downstairs.
Yeah.
Through the back thing and they got missile silos.
He's a man in black.
Yep. And he's black.
Who is it? J or K? Which one was Will Smith?
I think
Jay. Yeah, that's Jay. Shout out to our man Jay.
Jay, man, we met a man in black.
That's awesome. That's hot. Shout out to you, brother.
Man, is it South Dakota or North Dakota the one where you get paid hella for like working at McDonald's because they don't have enough people to work there because of the oil boom? Is it North or South?
I think that's South Dakota. I think.
Yeah. Okay. One of them is like $25 an hour.
Yeah,
like
South
McDonald's.
Dakota jukes. Like somebody I heard of somebody not too long ago that was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to South Dakota. Everything is triple digits. It's 6 digits up there."
Damn.
I was like, wow.
I guess. He said he's stacking money. So
I'm gonna one day take the non-Negro state tour, meaning I'm gonna go to like North and South Dakota, Montana. Idaho, Wyoming.
So basically, he's gonna go all the way through the Northwest.
I'm gonna stop before I get to Washington and Oregon, though, because it's a lot of brothers.
There's a lot of brothers out there, yeah.
Utah, where there's 10 black people, the 10 that
Provo
play for
area,
the 10 that play for the Jazz, and then there's always 2 mandatory white dudes on the Jazz at all times. And there's always 2 or 3 mandatory black dudes on the BYU football team. Yeah.
And they're usually receiver. Running back.
Yeah.
In a like a corner.
Long after the Patriots, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady era is done, there will still be white dudes catching footballs in the middle of Utah. Adam Humphries said he didn't want to sign with the Patriots because he didn't know Tom Brady would be there by the end of his contract. I said, damn, the Patriots really is trying to close the gates and get every possible white wide receiver there is. The Cooper Kupp trade got to be coming soon.
Fast.
Like, it's no way that they just let Cooper Kupp be out there.
And just getting a real good check.
They probably tried to kidnap his ass after the Super Bowl, even though he wasn't playing. Get your ass over here. You ain't supposed to be over there with them.
What you doing?
Get your ass over here and play for these Patriots.
It's coming soon.
They got to replace like 2 white dudes for Ultimate Dude, bro. Rob Gronkowski being gone.
I don't even know who they're gonna get though. Tracy Kelce's kind of conscious though. He got a black wife too.
And they brought Ben Watson back, who's super conscious. They signed Michael Bennett and Ben Watson this offseason.
I don't get that one.
They brought in some straight up OGs for knocking down conscious causes.
Yeah, I don't. Belichick's like.
They signing Cap next?
Yo.
the East Coast,
Actually,
East Coast edition of the. I want everybody to realize that Colin Kaepernick's never playing in the NFL again.
But if any place he could probably go and they wouldn't like, they would be like, I guess that's a good idea. It'd be New England.
Yeah.
Because everybody would excuse him and be like, Belichick must see something.
I thought they were gonna banish his ass to the wall and make him play for the Raiders.
And play for John Gruden?
Because Colin Kaepernick basically is Jon Snow now at this point.
They was trying to ban him to what was it, the AFL or whatever, the American Football League.
He was like, I ain't going.
He's like, I ain't going there. He's like, y'all ain't making me a wildin' now.
He's like, y'all niggas ain't cutting enough checks to make me go up there.
I'm just gonna go and die then. Don't bring me back to life like Jon Snow then. Fuck it. Just go and give me my roses while I'm alive.
I'll do what the Lord of Light tells me to do. And that's right. Nike. Nike is the Lord of Light. They say, no, we bringing you back. And we're going to sell these jerseys. We're going to drop like 200 of these jerseys every year and charge like $400 for them.
All right, man. Let's get into some topics, man.
All right, man. Hey, I'm going to go off script here for a second. Because I need to find out if something that I saw this week was violating on a level that it's hard for me. I think that everybody can relate to this. So there's nothing worse than when an outsider comes to your town and they try to put stakes down and try to make judgments about things that are yours in your city.
Oh, 100%.
Like, that's like the most violating, egregious shit you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
how long can you stay in the city before you can do that? Is my first question for people to like when you move. How long is it before you can?
Decade.
If you've been there to over 10 years.
10 years, you got stake in there. You got some transitional rights.
Okay.
But you can't, like, I didn't come to Columbia for 4 years in college and start talking shit. Because I knew I was coming and going.
It was a short stay.
I was there a little longer than 4 years, but you
get the point.
It was 5 years, I think. Maybe 6 if you count that year I did the shitty after college job that most people got to do.
And they stay in their town.
If you in the shitty after college job right now, stay strong.
And if your job in the big city is coming.
And if you still in college right now, go get your ass an internship so you ain't got to do the shitty after school, after college job.
In your town.
Word life.
Yeah.
Son.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the fuck does word life mean?
Word, like giving a word to life, like saying like you're giving a word to life, like speaking upon it, life being good.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you took a lot of words out of that to make that. Yeah, okay. That's one of the great black shortcuts of all time. Yeah, it's slang. Anyway, dude from Stool Sports, Dave Portnoy, is that his name? Mm-hmm. Something like that?
Yep.
So I guess he does this thing where he goes to different cities and like tries pizza. And like records it and judges the pizza and like says how good it is or whatever according to, I guess, he's a Boston dude, of course. You know, ultimate colonizer shit, you know, going.
Boston guys are hit or miss. Boston guys are either real cool or shitty as hell.
Or they're those white guys that do stuff like that.
Right.
And so ultimate colonizer move, go from one place to another, sampling and judging. You know what I mean? So he comes to St. Louis.
Of course.
And immediately
for Boston versus St. Louis Blue.
Yeah, like takes a picture in the airport with a Bruin shirt on saying like Bruins in 5. Game 5's tonight. It's going to take at least 2 more games to sort this thing out. At the minimum. But whatever. You know, just ultimate arrogant shit. You know, and for, you know what, me, I have an appreciation for that.
No, that takes some balls to do that.
It takes some heart to do that. There's some places that you don't come to with a bunch of heart. And St. Louis is most definitely the number one place that you don't do that at. That's in the continental United States, at least. I mean, I can think of a few other places.
What other cities do you not...
Detroit.
Yep.
Get your block knocked off.
Chicago.
If you black anywhere below Missouri. Well, hell, Missouri.
Yeah.
Shit, you get your block knocked off around here being black. Yeah. Chicago.
Yes.
Chicago, I guess.
You fuck around in Chicago.
We're going to leave the Confederacy out of this.
Okay.
Because you can just kind of get either captured or whatever down there.
You said basically everything above the Mason-Dixon.
Basically, yeah. You know, certain parts of New York, yeah, you'll get rocked in Philly. Certain parts of New York, you don't need to be bouncing around acting like you know, the Don Dada.
Cleveland, too. A little bit of Cleveland.
Don't go there anyway. Just don't do it.
But Oakland.
It's a very yeah. For sure. Compton.
Compton.
Just be easy doing that. But there's a very limited amount of places you don't do that. So one thing that I think that cities stick their flag in, though, is their food. You don't go somewhere and tell somebody that their food ain't rocking. Like, even if I don't like something, I'm not going to knock you for liking it from your city because that's your jam, probably. Yeah. You know, but you got a lot of people that's from other places. They disrespect emos.
Yeah, of course.
Don't do it. I love going to parties with those people because it's more food for me.
Yep.
Like, I found out that my fiance does not like emo's pizza at all. She wants the wings and all the other stuff.
But when we had the St. Louis party here at your crib.
She didn't eat it.
Oh, really? Okay.
But that just means that I'm gonna order it nonstop forever because I'm gonna get to eat all of it. Yeah.
Get your little wings and keep it moving.
It's one of the best developments of all time. It's like maybe the one food that can be proof her feeling like she's entitled to sample my food. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna order
that makes it's open season then.
Yeah, it's like I could just go ahead and gorge. But anyway, he goes around and judges all the pizza places, and talks shit about them. And he came into U City, where I'm from, and judged the pizza place and liked it. And it's like, it's good, but it's like the least St. Louis of all pizza. It's La Pizza. It's good. La Pizza rocks.
But it's not like a staple.
Well, I mean, if you're around this area.
But I'm talking about like if you say St. Louis.
But it's not about that, though. The thing about it is it takes some fucking audacity to go around judging people's food and then trying to give it a score to say what the truth about it is. That's the type of stuff to get your teeth slapped out your mouth. So later on that night.
So I didn't know this was a prequel to what you're going to talk about. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So later on that night, he's at the Blues game, sitting up in the rafters, trying to, do whatever. Gets hit by a towel, gets shit talked to him, and then says St. Louis is classless, and the Bruins are going to win in 6, no matter what. So here's my thing. If you are from, of all places, Boston, Massachusetts.
Did these people know who he was, you think?
Oh, yeah, people know who he was.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's like an icon for white people.
Okay. Because I didn't know who he was until you posted it on Twitter.
I mean, I know who he is because he works in the same industry as me. But, yeah, he's an icon for white bro sports guys. Like, he's created, like, a whole genre of...
Like the Dude Bros.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like...
So he created Barstool?
Yeah.
I just thought he was a part of it. I didn't know he created Barstool.
His thing is El Presidente. He created the damn thing. So everything that Barstool Sports is emanates from his ideology.
So when they had that show on ESPN for like one episode, he was on that when they got kicked off?
No, he owned it. I don't know if he was actually on it himself.
Because Barstool had a show on ESPN for like a second.
Yeah, okay. And it was gone. Yeah, that's not going to work with ESPN. It was like the WWE of censored sports product. So, yeah, I mean, like, everybody that does that stuff, that do bro sports commentary, like, we're going to talk around sports but not really talk about sports.
Okay.
That all started with that shit.
Okay.
So, I'm just like, but then, listen, man, I'm not letting nobody from Boston talk about St. Louis. Nah. Not the home of Northeastern racism, Boston, Massachusetts.
Mississippi North, as they call it.
Yes, Mississippi North. You ain't going to, if you had, like I said, the most decisive victory that Boston is going to have over St. Louis is going to be Boston racism versus St. Louis classlessness. Boston is going to sweep that series every time because their racism is strong.
It's a cool city, though, actually. That's the funny part.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, nothing against the city. Nothing against the black people that are there. I respect the black people from there because you have to deal with that shit head on. So shout out to all the folks that's up there in Roxbury and all them spots. Yo.
Dorchester.
Yeah, like, y'all hold it down. Like, y'all got to live in these white-ass named cities like that, like Roxbury and Dorchester. You got to be black as hell to deal with that. So respect to y'all
shout out to New Edition.
Yeah, always shout out to New Edition. Yeah. We did karaoke last week. I got to do a little bit of New Edition.
Where'd you guys do karaoke?
In the Loop.
Oh, at the
W joint, the Asian karaoke joint. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, no, that's a dope spot though.
I'm going to do that.
Did y'all get the private room or y'all just did the
private room? Yeah.
Oh, somebody had a birthday, I'm assuming.
It was a going away party.
Okay.
Yeah. So you sang people out of town, I guess, is the way you look at that.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Anyway, I had to get that off my chest because I feel like it takes a special type of motherfucker to walk into somebody else's.
And he was sitting with the common folk too, though. He wasn't even.
He was sitting in like the you get hit in the head with a bottle
area. Yeah,
like at Blues games, they get rowdy in that top deck.
That's what I'm saying. You was sitting in the common folk area.
Rowdy.
Yeah, you wasn't sitting in like I got something to lose area. Like people that like I got to go to my 6-figure job in the morning.
Yeah.
You like, sitting there where I work at UPS. And I just got off my shift, and my homeboy had tickets.
You sitting up there with them South County dudes that voted for Trump because it was the only thing they could spell.
Oh, shit. It was the letters.
It was the letter maximum. 5-letter maximum
straight
on words.
Jeffco up there.
Yeah. Jeffco's one letter too far. But
yeah, they just call it Jeff?
Yeah, probably. Home.
Just home.
Trailer. That's too
they don't
many
even call
words,
Herculaneum. They probably call it, what do you think they call Herculaneum?
Festus.
They call the town next to it.
Yeah.
Windsor.
Anyway. Yeah. So it kind of brought me to kind of like the inverse of that, where I saw a thing that's popping up where I know that these things exist, but now it's becoming like a big like thing. Bars without alcohol? Like where people go for the bar experience, but there's no alcoholic drinks in them at all.
I mean, I guess. I mean, there's a market for everything.
That sounds like the worst time on earth.
Yeah.
Going to a bar and not doing anything with alcohol. Just sitting in that dumbass environment with no windows. It's kind of dark.
How do you introduce yourself to a girl back in my backsliding days? You'd be like, man, y'all want to take some shots? What do you do then? Like kind of, to smooth your way in. You want some fruit punch?
Yeah, like how do you do that? Like, how's it work?
Man, we have some great conversation. You want some fruit punch?
You want some Tang, motherfucker?
I mean, I heard if we snort it off the table, the packets out there, we can snort it.
So here's what it's called, though. It's called Sober Curious.
And where's this at again?
This is all over the place.
Oh, they have a chain of these.
No, it's just a thing.
Oh, it's just it's not one.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's like a way of life. Listen, I'm not against people not drinking. No, I'm cool with that. Do whatever you want to do. But that's a really odd, Sober Curious. Listen, I'm going to tell you, this thing is going to end in a way that it's not that thrilling. Don't be curious about stuff that's not exciting.
But how do you make money in a spot like that, though? Because your markup on liquor is so good. That's why they make money.
It's a juice bar.
But I'm saying, it's a juice bar like a juice bar where you get juiced like a...
Like an orange juice, nigga. Let's not overthink this.
No, I'm thinking like Jamba Juice or some shit.
They might mix some shit together and make like a fucking pineapple with a pineapple sunrise.
I mean, I don't know what do you? I just don't know what you drink there, and I get it. I mean, maybe it's people that have ex-alcoholics, things like that.
That's why I'm not against it. That's why I'm not against it. That's why
I don't know their struggle or what they make.
It just seems
they still want to hang out, but like being at an actual bar would have them putting themselves too far in.
Maybe it's a meeting point for people. You know what? I'm pro that. I just don't invite me to a party there.
Or can you bring your own alcohol?
No.
No. You can't spike it. Like if I'm going with you,
you're not going with me.
No. I'm saying.
I ain't going nowhere close to it.
I'm going with Sammy, one of my friends, Sammy, and I bring in my bottle of Crown and pour it up in my juice.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get escorted out.
Damn, you get kicked out. That's.
It's like high school.
Okay.
Where I did a fair amount of drinking.
So you have to bring a flask in and kind of sneak your shit in, basically.
Well, you could take a flask into your high school.
Yeah.
We did the Sprite bottle.
You guys had metal detectors, didn't you?
Yes.
No, we didn't have metal detectors.
Okay.
That's why they touche.
Did not consider that. Did not consider that.
Two different Americas.
We had two different Americas separated by about 5 miles.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
But I don't even know that part of America.
You wasn't walking. You wasn't getting in my high school. If you had a plate in your head, you wasn't coming in.
Like it's in my head. I don't give a fuck.
Get them on the ground.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Pull up your head. Let me see that scar.
So
I threw my fro over the top of it. But we're going to cut it to see.
All right, man. So you sent me this.
Yes, sir.
I think this is about keeping your love life spicy, I guess. Here, I'm just gonna read the headline and just leave it where it's.
Let's go.
And leave it where it's at. Elderly couple accidentally burns down house during sex game involving World War II flamethrower.
So
this happened in Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
Okay.
What year is it in Sand Springs, Oklahoma?
Or the Oklahoma as a whole, or just that town?
Oklahoma.
1945, 1950.
Okay.
I want it to be 1898 because they killed all the Native Americans in there. But
are they permanently stuck in 1492?
Oh no! When is the Tulsa riot? That's when they're stuck at.
You look that up. I'm going to read a little bit more of this article. This is from World News Daily Report.
1922. They're stuck in 1922.
A couple's sex game turned horribly wrong this morning as they accidentally burned their house to the ground with a 75-year-old flamethrower. You know what I hope I am when I'm 75 years old? A fucking flamethrower. I still want to be dishing that heat out when I'm 75.
But my thing is this it's a World War II flamethrower, right?
Yes.
So he had that passed down because World War II, most people that was in World War II had passed.
They're really old. Like
or
every
dead.
Once in a while.
Like the last Tuskegee Airman just died.
Yeah, like,
and it was
my grandfather was in World War II.
And he's one of your friends too, wasn't he? The last Tuskegee Airman that just died.
Oh, yeah.
And he just died like a week.
Pretty
he's
sure.
like in his 90s, right?
Pretty sure he was, yeah.
So you got to think, this has to be the son of a World War II vet, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a family heirloom.
How did you get it back from the war?
Wait, a son of a World War II vet?
Yeah.
75? It's a 75-year-old.
Right. So World War II is 1942 to 1946, 47 in there. You got to think if that man was in his 20s at that time, that the guy that had that flamethrower. And how do you get that back? Don't they take your stuff from you and you come back when you at the end on V-Day when they came back to New York and everybody did the parade? Didn't they take the flamethrower from you on the way when you got out the boat? Like, man, I'm about to get that flamethrower from you though, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking that's part of the protocol that you have to check in your guns when you get off the boat.
Yeah. I mean, I would think so.
Unless he
I don't know. It was 1940 something. I mean,
maybe you slid somebody some $20 and like, I'm walking off with this flamethrower.
It was the world.
Look the other way.
The world was a much different place back then.
It's true.
A much different place back then.
Very much so. But that's like, what was freaky about what he's like? Yo, I'm finna put this flame on your ass. Like, I thought you got that. I thought you got to the clinic and got that taken care of. That's why.
Ooh. That's that scorpion.
The scorpion king.
Next up, I know this is one that was near and dear. This kind of in your background. This could have happened to you if things had changed a little different in your life. Catholic school principal resigns due to a trip to the shake joint
during the school field trip.
All right, so walk me through.
So he was in D.C. and it was it was around the same time I was there in D.C. too. I didn't go to a strip club at all, but he basically was belligerently drunk up in the strip club and didn't want to settle his tab. So he was up in there wilding. He put his lap dances on retainer basically. Okay. And was like, I'll settle up when I leave. Kind of like when people go to the casino and like, yo, let's give me a marker for X amount of dollars. Mm-hmm. I'll hook y'all up on the back end. But he didn't make no money because he went in there to give out money. So it wasn't no situation where they was gonna have an exchange like that. And he basically got drunk and belligerent, got arrested. And basically, the kids were looking for him the next morning because they were supposed to go to the Washington Monument.
It didn't quite work out that way.
Because he's locked up.
What are you can't keep your job after that.
No, he resigned.
Do you think he resigned so he can fully embrace who he is?
Nah, I mean, it's outside Baton Rouge, right in Baton Rouge area. And then, that's real Catholic in that way in Louisiana.
I had a good time in Baton Rouge the only time I was there.
I've never been to Baton Rouge.
I had a good time.
I've been to New Orleans, never been to Baton Rouge.
Yeah. I went to Baton Rouge years before I even went to New Orleans for the first time.
Really?
Played in the Independence Bowl. Good time.
No, I don't know. Independence Bowl was in Shreveport.
Not into Shreveport.
I've been to Shreveport.
Shreveport is what I'm thinking
about.
Yeah,
Baton Rouge is LSU.
Yeah, I have not been.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what
I don't think I want to go there. No.
I heard it's crazy there for like their events.
I almost went there for LSU Florida a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been stupid.
That was what it was.
I heard that their tailgating for like white schools for black students is at the highest level that you'll get for any PWI.
It's strong. It's strong.
They said that their area for tailgating will rival, just black people will rival HBCU's tailgatings. Yeah. Because it's that many black people that go to LSU or
one of the things that gets underrated is how strong the black tailgate is at the PWI. If you go to a PWI that doesn't have a big black base of tailgating in the culture like that, I feel sorry for you because it's truly a huge thing.
Oh, especially homecoming.
I mean, the tailgating that we do at homecoming in Columbia it's
stupid.
It's stupid. I mean, and it's 12 years in the work now.
What's the best PWI homecoming you've been to besides Mizzou's?
I only go to Mizzou's.
You've never been to any others?
I don't have any reason to go to any others.
I've been to Michigan's. Stupid.
Yeah, I've heard.
Stupid. I mean, stupid. You'd have been like, I know it's white people here. Obviously we're in Ann Arbor, but where we at, it feel like it's the black state.
Yeah.
And they kicking it because you got to think all the Michigan schools coming out to kick it there. You got Michigan State, you got your Central Michigan, Eastern, Western, Detroit folks, you got Oakland, you got all them schools coming to Michigan to kick it, and they trade up with Michigan State. So when Michigan State got their homecoming, all those people traveling there to kick it, man. So if you got a good base of black people in your state, your homecoming to be dope regardless of what schools.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. That's a big. I have appreciation for what HBCU homecomings are. I've had good times there, but it's
different.
It's a falsification to think that black folks not kicking it at PWIs all the same way. Because it's just a ton of us that are there.
Yeah.
It's just a ton of people.
Cincinnati's jumps off too. You know, Cincinnati's jumps off too. I've been here with Cincinnati. Theirs jumps off too. On the low.
All right, man. Moving right along. You thought it was over, but it's only the beginning. Mike Tyson is still out here. He's still out here. And this is just months after we saw Mike Tyson put them paws on display again.
Yeah, where we showed him on the video, like, they was like, hey, can you just show us, like, if you still get on the, you know, back, you know, like, shadow boxing.
Mm-hmm. And then he just came out like, I'm still a crazy. I'm not fighting nobody no more, but you don't want no problems in real life. But so you hit me with this one. So walk me through here. I'm gonna point out some of the things that stood out to me.
So now we found out this is all fake.
It's not a real thing. Mike Tyson didn't really put no hands on him.
Promotion for the podcast.
Oh man.
It made it so much better. So people, we're going to do this as if this really did happen.
Yeah, this shit really happened in my mind.
Yeah. So Whack 100, who's talked a lot of shit about Tupac or whatever for a long time. Never met him, but he talked a lot of shit about him. And you know, Mike and Tupac was super tight. Mm-hmm. And allegedly.
Can you imagine? Put one more person in the car with Mike and Tupac.
Oh, I'll tell you who was with them a lot. Ed Lover.
Ed Lover doesn't make me immediately be like, this is the most OC car.
Right, but I'm saying, but you had to have a balance of somebody who's kind of laid back. You can't have a third person just be.
Like, who would be the third person?
Oh, Bobby Brown was hanging out with them too.
Oh, my God.
That's the third cog, and I'm sorry. That's the third cog. I mean, the fourth cog in their crew when they would be hanging out. Ed Lover tells a story about.
If Mike Tyson, Tupac, and Bobby Brown pull up.
In a Bentley together.
Are you getting in the car?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
There's a high probability of somebody getting shot and or sexually assaulted.
All of the above. Mm. But you tell me they don't pull up, and this is 91, all of them. You wouldn't go?
I'll be in that car looking like Ethan Hawke in Training Day.
Sitting there looking straight ahead like, you know you're going to smoke this, right? But, so allegedly, you know, White 100 was talking shit about Pac on Mike Tyson podcast, and he supposedly knocked him the fuck out, allegedly. People were like, man, I want to see the video. I can't wait. And even Whack 100's put up a post saying like, yo, here's my medication I had to take from this, you know, from earlier from getting hit. And then Tyson put up a picture of him and Pac saying basically punks jump up to get beat down. Mm. And then they're saying it was all a hoax.
Who did all of this for Mike?
His producer.
Like, I'm about to say, Mike didn't do all this.
Came up with this idea. His co-host, I forgot the guy's name.
The thing that intrigued me the most about this entire thing is that Mike Tyson has a beard now.
And that's one of those things that looks shockingly and doesn't look real. Like somebody actually, like Mike Tyson playing a guy that put a beard on in a movie.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, Mike Tyson with a beard feels like it might still be the most lethal weapon alive. He's got to be a trainer now. Like, don't forget that Mike Tyson is still Mike Tyson.
Don't fuck around with Mike.
Like, Mike is still, like, Mike seems like he might be the nicest dude on earth now. Like, he's just like completely, like, Mike got to be on some meds or something. And it's like got him just
laying him out,
completely chill and completely relaxed.
I can see that.
But like, I'm still, I don't know. It's like who are the three cats that, like, if you had a chance to meet them, you would think about it for a second.
Ooh, Mike Tyson's definitely up there.
Like, you would be like, do I want to dap this cat up? Like, I ain't worried about Bobby Brown doing nothing to him.
You're saying like if you be like, I gotta know how I'm gonna like approach.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I approach him the right way.
Mike Tyson, Fofty, because I would think I may owe money for some reason for something.
I think you do owe him money.
I know I do because I've never bought an album of his, and I've had albums of his. I had Get Rich or Die Trying, but I never purchased it. I had the Massacre, but never.
That nigga knows that you illegally bootlegged his album. You owe him $13.
Yeah, I do. I'm probably closer to 30.
Who else?
Charles Oakley. Like, I don't know. Like, he seemed like he'd be super cool though after you get past the initial like introduction.
Yeah.
And like he knows that you're not a threat, but like
Charles Oakley feel like a dude that you got to have somebody he know to introduce you to him.
Exactly. You have to have an intermediary. You just can't just walk up like, "Hey, Charles, what's up?" No. That's how you get knocked the fuck out of slapped.
Yeah. Slapped. Yeah, Charles Oakley is like he'll slap.
He slapped multiple people in multiple casinos, people. This is not like, this is real documented situation. Yeah. But I think that Charles Oakley, I'm trying maybe Charles Barkley?
No, Charles Barkley's good.
You think so?
Yeah. Jordan's not gonna do nothing. I'm gonna agree with you on Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson for sure.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Because you don't know if he had a bad day or something.
Just because I know what he's capable of. Like I know. Like
I eat your children.
Like I've seen. Like I grew up on him just completely belittling cats. Like obliterating people, taking their heads off. Like any word that can describe destruction in like over 10 letters, Mike Tyson specialized in that shit.
That's real.
Brock Lesnar, I don't want any parts of that.
What about Steve Austin?
No, Steve Austin would be great to meet.
Okay.
Steve Austin would be awesome to meet. Yeah. I'm going to reserve a space for any of my exes as the third. I don't want to see any of them ever again.
Okay.
I would just
I'm with you on that.
I would just like at this point.
What if you did? If you did, what would you do? Though?
I
guess it's a scenario. It would have to be what.
Yeah, we'll cross that scenario when we come to it.
You're not even. Don't even.
That's show material. I don't even want to guess that it would be something that it's not. Yeah. No, I don't like to. I don't know. I know a lot of people that can hang out with their exes and dap them up and stuff.
I can. Most of my
like
exes,
I don't have bad relationships with them, but like I don't like to like take pages back in books.
Well, I don't. Like, if I see him, it's all love. I give him a hug. It's all good.
Yeah, I don't want to explain who that is.
Oh, you just don't want to do no background dirty work about it.
I'm not gonna do anything with any of them. I think all my exes are like married now and stuff like that.
No, but I'm saying if you saw her,
I'm like the good luck Chuck. Ugh.
So everybody's got married after you?
I think so. They've also had kids, which has been fantastic. I mean, you take that.
So you sure they ain't some of them may not be Mets?
No, they're most certainly not mine. No, I'm the Kobe Bryant of the pump fake. I mean, all due respect to like Randall Cunningham and Aaron Rodgers, but I can escape the pocket better than anybody in the last 25 years of the NFL. I'm like Vic on Madden 2001. Like it's a whole different level. Like Bo Jackson, Tecmo Bowl. I can get up out of there
early.
Cheers.
Next, since we're talking about boxing, man, Anthony Joshua, man, gets beat up by a dude that goes to Planet Fitness.
Does he really go to Planet Fitness?
Well, you know the thing about is it Planet Fitness is one of them where like if you're super like if you're already fit, you can't go there. I forgot which one it is. Like if you're already in shape.
Wait, it's like a gym for people that are out of shape?
Yeah, like if they don't want just like I forgot which gym it is, but if you're already in shape, they don't want people to like see other people in shape to like discourage them of like, damn, look at him over there, he doing it. I forgot which one it is, what gym it is, where you can't be fit going to it.
Gym for people that are out of shape.
Right, but you can only be out of shape going there.
24 hours, no. Curves? That's for women.
No, it's a
Lifetime Fitness.
Let's see. Because they had a lawsuit or something like that happen. Oh, man, what is the name? I think it's Planet Fitness.
Is it Planet Fitness?
I think it's Planet Fitness. Kick people out because they were like, they look too good, though.
That's a hell of a discrimination.
Yeah, it's something like that in their bylaws or something.
Wow.
Why people don't consider Planet Fitness to be a real gym. That popped up first when I put it in. I think it is Planet Fitness, y'all.
Huh.
A gym where you're not allowed to do deadlifts. Planet Fitness, yes, Planet Fitness. It's Planet Fitness.
I never knew that. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway.
Oh, Planet Fitness markets itself as a judgment-free gym for newbies. There we go. That is in their byline. I'm looking in their byline.
Okay, so anyway, we got to this point because Andy Ruiz Jr., who is the heavyweight champion of the world now,
got 3 belts.
Looks like he spends his time at CC's Pizza.
Yep.
Like the majority of his time. But I just like the fact that he's purely is the everyman's champion right now.
He is.
Like he is the most for the people champion in the history of boxing. And somehow he is the first Mexican American heavyweight champion ever.
I thought Andy Ruiz was Mexican. That was the WBC holder back in the late 90s.
They said he is
John Ruiz.
They said he is the first Mexican American champion
Maybe
of all
John
time.
Ruiz is not from Mexico then, and I'm just being racist and thinking because his last name is Ruiz, he was automatically from Mexico.
I wouldn't put it beyond you to be racist.
Yeah, John Ruiz is...
The only thing you are not racist against is black people.
That's not true.
You're racist against black people too?
Yeah.
You're classist against black people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a Mexican American.
Yes.
John Ruiz, he just says he's Latino. You don't say he's...
No, they said it like on ESPN.
No, I'm talking about John Ruiz. I'm talking about
Ruiz.
That's what I was saying. John Ruiz.
He's probably like Cuban or something.
It just says Latino. It don't even say what he is.
He's indeterminate.
He's from Chelsea, Massachusetts, though.
Yeah. So anyway, he won. I mean, I'm talking about like if anything gives you hope that you can go to Planet Fitness and become who you want to become, it's that. Like he won the heavyweight championship and put on a New York Knicks jersey. I like this dude. Yeah. I like him because he's an overcomer. He's like if one of the dudes on Mike Tyson Punch-Out actually beat Lil Mac and won the title.
Yeah,
it's like a real life Butterbean.
He fought Mr. Dream, who was Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's King Hippo.
Exactly. But here's the thing: Andy Ruiz can fight.
No, he can. He got some go on him.
I mean, that fight was something else though. You had both of them get knocked down in the same round, which is some video game shit.
Yeah. Literally video game shit.
And then they get up, and he put them hands on Anthony Joshua. For the longest, Anthony Joshua's been overrated. Yeah. The Deontay Wilder fight I feel like it got delayed because they knew that they needed to keep on building up the purse.
And to get some more money.
Because when he fight Wilder, it was going to be not take long.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder is one of the great fighters who has nobody to fight in his era.
Is he going to go down like
Klitschko
did?
Probably.
Both Klitschko's, actually.
Yeah, because they went down like that because they wouldn't fight each other, not because there wasn't another.
But Vladimir had a good 10-fight run.
Oh, yeah. Wad was strong.
Vitali was, too.
Vitali was truly, though.
If it wasn't for that, he had an eye socket situation or something?
Like that. Yeah, Vitali's one of the great fighters of all time.
Yeah. But then they had a horrible heavyweight division at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it was just them two, and they wouldn't fight each other, so what can you do?
And I ain't mad at them. I wouldn't want to fight my brother either. Fuck y'all.
Now Vitaly Klitschko is part of the people's government in Ukraine.
Oh, no, he's been in the government there for like 4 or 5 years, though, now. He's like a congressman or something.
Yeah, I mean, he's like but it's like, he looks like a boss on a video game, though.
He does.
Like, you get to a certain level, and he take his suit off, and he's like...
And he's jacked?
Yeah, he's super jacked. He's like Mike...
Like Bolo Jack.
He's like Mike Hagar on Final Fight.
That's exactly what he is, Mike Hagar. He's Hagar on Final Fight.
If you don't know who Mike Hagar on Final Fight is, lose my number.
Yeah.
Even if you don't got it yet.
Look, Final Fight.
Cody, Gee, and Hagar.
Yep. Oh man, Final Fight.
Gee was running around with them hammer pants on, and that red shirt with them shoulders on it, looking like Turbo.
Yep.
I love that game.
Yeah, that game was that was one of them games we loved at the arcade too, man.
I love that game. That
was my dude.
But so we was having a debate though about where this stands on the upset ladder.
I think it's just as bad as Buster Douglas, man. Even though I know culturally it's not by far. But Buster Douglas at least won a whole bunch of fights. He was actually the mandatory person. Ruiz was picked up 2 months after Big Baby couldn't fight.
I think he was going to get it eventually at some point anyway, though. 25-1.
He lost to Parker, who lost to Joshua.
And he lost to Parker on a little bit of his little screwy finish too.
Yeah, it was a little shenanigans.
It wasn't a straight up thing like that, you know. Mike Tyson at that time was on a whole nother level. Just on a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah, but we're talking about culturally, it's totally different.
I'm not talking about culturally. I'm talking about competitive.
Yeah, but Anthony Joshua, if you physically made a boxer in a thing as a mad scientist, they would look like Anthony Joshua.
But they wouldn't have his chin.
No, but I'm talking about if you physically made one.
I'm not worried about your aesthetics when it comes to sports.
No, I'm talking about even aesthetically, like his punching power, all that stuff.
But boxing is more than an offensive sport, though.
I know.
And that's been the biggest knock against him is that, number one, he's handpicked his fights to avoid people like this. This fight got rescheduled, and he had to defend, so he had to fight somebody, and they put somebody in there that he probably wouldn't have fought on his own.
You don't think he would have fought him?
Fuck no. This dude is a real puncher. He don't fight dudes that punch. Anthony Joshua was one of the king dudes that throw that hoax on you. Boy, he looked like it. He looked like the part. That's the same way goddamn Anthony Bennett got drafted #1 in the NBA draft. That's the same way Michael Olowokandi got drafted. Man, boy, he looked good. 7 foot, 240. You got to be able to go.
What was it? Ryan Leaf.
Exactly. Same thing. This dude
He's
falls.
6'6".
He falls in the same category as them.
I agree.
He got that. Mike Tyson was not that.
5'10".
Mike Tyson was 37-0 with 35 knockouts at that time.
Let's see.
It doesn't give me the knockout count here. However, Mike Tyson was not that. And Mike Tyson also went halfway around the world and had Robin Givens on his ass already.
He did not knock out anybody till his 19th fight.
Who?
Mike Tyson.
You talking about?
He won 19 fights in a row and knocked him out.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I thought you said he didn't knock somebody out until his 19th fight. I was like, you tripping.
No. Then he had 2 decisions, then a whole bunch more KOs.
Yeah.
KO. And actually, he had only 2 decisions out of 37 fights before Buster Douglas. So 35 of his 37 wins were by KO.
So, I mean, in boxing, if he would have done this to Deontay Wilder, I would have been like, whoa, upset. Deontay Wilder is a real guy, though.
Yeah.
He's a real guy.
Yeah, he is.
Joshua, I feel like Joshua's one of them dudes that got a bunch of belts that proved there's too many belts in boxing. It's too many.
Yeah.
Like, consolidate this shit.
They ain't never gonna do that.
Never gonna do it. It'll be 5 belts before the end of the day.
Right. It used to be only 3. We got it to 4.
Yeah, it'll be like the WWF soon. It's gonna be 10 championships you got to get through and all of that.
The crazy part is Tyson Fury is technically still the lineal heavyweight champion, though.
Makes very little sense.
No, it's you know what the lineal.
Yes, I know exactly what it means. I'm just saying nothing makes sense when it comes to boxing.
Oh yeah, so it's like basically.
But you know what? Hey, maybe this brings heavyweight boxing back into vogue a little bit.
I think it is because you got to think Tyson Fury's finna fight. Who is he finna fight coming up?
You got 4 fights. You got four legit fighters out there with names out there, and you got more that's coming up. You know, it's happening at a time when the middleweight class isn't as stacked as it's been for the last.
It's only Canelo and
25 years. You know.
Yeah, Canelo and Triple G is it for the middleweight.
I mean, you talk about truly like famous fighters. Since Adrian Broner didn't work out, he's one of the big frauds of all time.
He's a big fraud.
He's one of the greatest frauds ever. And then you got Floyd being out the game. So I mean, it's an open season. Might as well bring the heavyweights back.
Yeah.
See some people get their head knocked off their shoulders as opposed to a bunch of points and stuff like that. Tell you what, it's good for DAZN. It's great for DAZN.
DAZN's going to be crazy for the next type.
DAZN is out here. DAZN is out here. Finally realized they worth too. They said, "Hey, there ain't gonna be no more $10 specials and stuff like that."
They jumped up the price.
It's $20 a month or $100 a year. It's like the most. All right, here's $100. Like $20 a month compared to that. Like,
take my $100 right now.
Yeah, take the $100. Like, I'm not gonna give you $20 so I can get 5 months when you're gonna give me fucking
the whole year for $100.
Yeah, like I'm not doing that. It's silly. So,
but Butch's fighting next Saturday though. Tyson Fury's fighting next Saturday.
He just fought too, didn't he?
He's fighting Tom Schwartz next Saturday.
He just got the Undertaker like 3 months ago. He might really beat the Undertaker. The Undertaker fights Goldberg tomorrow, by the way.
Really?
In a matchup of 2 people who are like 110 years old.
Is this it's a Friday match?
It's in like Saudi Arabia.
Okay, so it's not.
It's some WWE.
He's fighting a dude that's undefeated too. Tyson Fury is.
Well, Goldberg lost back in '99.
No.
Don't you remember Schwartz. Kevin Nash gave him stung him when he was in the middle of the jackhammer? And this is really old.
Yeah, that's real. Okay. It's like, whoa.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert for anybody that didn't know.
Oh, goddamn. You didn't see Goldberg lost. Yeah, Goldberg lost. He's lost a lot of times since then.
He's over the wrestler to me, but that's a whole nother.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin that for you.
All
right, man. We're going to take a break real quick. We're going to come back and hit you with This Week in Racism. A little bit of a victory lap for This Week in Racism. Then we're going to touch you with that scenario of the week.
We'll be back. Welcome back to the Scenario. We're back. Before we jump into This Week in Racism, do want to talk about the brother out of Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore.
Yo, another place you don't want to go fake
yes, yeah.
Yo.
DC too on the low.
Much
depending on what part of
respect
DC
to
you in.
DMV cats, man.
Yeah. Shout out to this brother.
Yo, you don't want to go tripping in Milwaukee either.
On the low, you're right. Like, North Milwaukee particularly.
Yeah, you want to be real easy. That's just called the Exodus from Chicagoland right there.
All the people that had got that Section 8 voucher, they moved on up to Milwaukee and realized it was the same way it was down in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is from Randallstown, which is a suburb He goes by the rap name Chad Focus. I want everybody to pause this. Go look up Chad Focus's music videos. You never heard of him. I've never heard of him. But he embezzled close to first they were saying 4.1 million, but it's really 1.8 million dollars from his company credit card over 3 years to pub his rap career. Now, Chad Focus is a super millennial. Would you like to know why, people? He is a he's a social search engine optimization specialist. But he looks like he's all from the north side of St. Louis.
Okay.
So, brothers is getting in on all parts of the tech world, is my point.
Okay.
And they looked at this Negro and gave him an American Express card. That's why they need black people on the board.
This is why diversity matters. So that we can protect you silly son bitches from yourselves sometimes.
And be like, hey, man, he goes by Chad Focus, and he got music videos on and he's talking about choppers and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But now you haven't heard of him, but he spent $1.8 million, and we haven't heard of him.
Like them people that's extorting HBCUs.
Shout out to the Wolf of U Street.
Yes, the legendary Wolf of U Street.
Still ain't locked up.
He's in the Scenario Hall of Fame.
Oh, by far. Oh, he's in the rafters. But this brother here finessed the game so good. He was getting his friends to say that they were giving them purchase orders. He was paying them, then they was cutting them back a check. And he was falsifying people's signatures on documents.
He's running them high-priced Nigerian schemes.
Yes, sir. He was also he had a song called "Dance with Me" that charted on Billboard in April 2018.
Oh boy.
They also faked entries on credit card statements, signatures, and they had a bike sharing company that he spent $250,000 on.
A bike sharing company like Lime Bike?
I guess so. So he spent $250,000 on shared bikes. Did he invest? I'm hoping.
It's like hoopty bikes.
68 years is what he's looking at, though. That's what the feds is looking at. 68 years. One thing, I can't let this brother go down for 68 years when we got these dudes on American Greed getting only 10 and embezzling $100 million from people.
I mean, so what are we prepared to do?
I think he at least get a cold 7 to 10. 7 to 10 is suffice. Restitution on top of that. You never gonna have a real job ever in your life. Shout out to somebody I'll tell you off the air that went to college with you.
Okay.
But his cousin embezzled $2.2 million in taxes from the government by doing falsified tax reports of people, and his restitution is $5.9 million. So every check, 40% comes out if he has, and he has to have a job.
I feel like I got punched in the stomach.
Every check, 40% comes out.
So you're just working for free for the rest of your life,
basically. So basically, he's back hustling.
And if he doesn't have a job, he's getting
taken back up too, parole. But he's hustling on the back end.
Oh yeah,
because there's no way you're gonna be able to sustain your life. You got to go back to illegal activities at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, his restitution is stupid. Shout out to Chad Focus. So everybody go show love to Chad Focus. He needs those YouTube hits right now for his restitution, because it's gonna go from his YouTube account straight on into the payback his company.
Oh man.
But let's get to it, man.
Oh man. Well, it's that special part of the week. Once again, for this week in racism. So, this week in racism, we're going to take hiring discrimination to a brand new level this time. We got this one off of blackamericaweb.com, courtesy of Michael H. Cotman, who brought this forward. Not hiring. Georgia mayor allegedly says her city isn't ready for black employees. So, let me highlight a few things in this article before we dissect it. It's in the mostly all-white town of Houston, okay. Houston, Georgia? I don't know where that's at. But either way, this is the mayor of the city that flat says that one of the I literally, every time I read this, it ties me up. So Mayor Teresa Kennerly told a member of the city council that she yanked the resume of Keith Henry from a group of 4 finalists because he's black and the city is not ready for this shit. Purely because the city is not prepared.
I mean, we can't have you at being a notary and Bubba Scott from around the way. He already on his last leg. If he see you there notarizing, then we in trouble. He gonna die.
He been looking like Samuel L. Jackson in Django.
Lord,
ooh, get that nigga off that nag.
She ain't notarizing this shit. So does it mean it's niggerized?
Mr. Candy, how that nigga get on that nag?
It's niggerized. That's what my notary say now. I don't even think it's viable no more. I think she tried to sell my farm to her friend Dante. My farm got sold to Dante. Sir, no, you did sell your farm to Dante. He's moving there soon.
When you feel like you got to take a political position to say that your city isn't ready to take on somebody because they black, boy, that makes me wonder why anybody has ever moved south of anywhere.
It's a struggle for it because if you only knew how many times probably doing that same shit, it's just that she was vocal about it. Like, look here, I'm not going to get a beat around the bush, but we ain't ready for that shit.
Listen, I don't want to waste your time. I want you to get on with your life if you need to, but we're not ready for all that over here yet.
Not in one bit. Are we ready for it? Not at all.
Oh, God. All right. Well, conversely, though, however, a great piece of news did come out for us. We talked about this a couple months ago, but I'm sure you've seen it on the news as well. The Pennsylvania judge that was sentencing black youths up the river to jail just in general, 28 years.
Shout out to him.
28 years up the river.
I like it.
Now, I am pleased with this. However, I need a bit more. I need him to
60 something.
I need him to get put in the most Adebisi possible cell out there. And I need him to get passed around with the people that knew the people he locked up, with some of the people he had in there. I need him to get locked up in the same prison that he was sending folks to.
I think he may do doing Fed time though, so it's gonna be harder for him to get that.
Listen, nobody can't not be touched.
Everybody's touchable.
Everybody can get touched, B.
Everybody's touchable. I dig that. Everybody is touchable.
Sounds like the tagline for the Catholic Church a few years back, but
yeah.
All of them aren't like that. Just enough of them. I like when I'll be honest with you. We was talking about this. It's like I cut the circle a little bit with the constant exposure to racial news and to things that are going on like that. If you want to say some words about the movie that came out, about the Central Park 5.
Oh, well, I mean, people can tune in. Me and Raven are going to be reviewing it.
I'm not engaging into that pool because it's just such a cycle of negativity. There's a difference between being awareness and overexposure. And I just choose to be like, you know what, I'm good on even more negative stimuli because that shit impacts your health and many different things. And I think that we specialized in regurgitating that information now.
That's real.
And I think overexposing ourselves to it. So I don't get down with a lot of that stuff, but I do like to be aware, of course,
of what's going on.
And I definitely like when the comeuppance come around. And that's what we got right here. We got us some high quality comeuppance with this brother, with this cat getting locked up for what he did to them brothers. So I am all about it. All about it.
all about it. So shout out to them, though, man.
And that's been this week or this 28 years
in racism.
Oh, what year is it in Georgia after that?
I mean, they still in the 40s, 30s. Whenever Dr. King was born.
Atlanta is the only thing that keeps them in the 40s.
Yeah, and that's two city states too, or that's two different places. Atlanta is engulfed by Georgia.
Different thing than Georgia. Yeah. Atlanta is like Atlantis.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a completely different thing.
It's a haven in the middle of everything.
Okay, that's cool. I can go with that. All right, man. Scenario of the week time.
Let's get it.
So I was thinking that as we get older and as we get to different points in our lives and things like that, you know, some of the decisions that you make, you know, marriage, kids, all that type of stuff, you know, it ends up being a thing where not you got to take what you can get, but it's smart to choose wisely and to choose semi-early if you can. I just started wondering, and I'm going to tell you my inspiration with this came from Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez, both of who have gotten some laps in. Okay. I mean, Jennifer Lopez has collected the entire Infinity Gauntlet worth of engagement rings.
That is true.
You know, and A-Rod most certainly made the most of being a New York Yankee.
That's why he's divorced.
Yes, exactly. But he's lived that life. I mean, he's got Derek Jeter is the king.
Oh yeah, he's been low.
Oh, he's married.
Yeah,
he's married to. He's actually got a real job now too.
Yeah. That's draining his time too.
Yeah, draining his time. Kid finally, he did his whole career, didn't have a kid yet, and kid, wife. Derek Jeter's living a domesticated life now. He's become Tom Brady.
He's a changed man.
But Alex Rodriguez back out in the market, got older, but got engaged to J-Lo. Video came out this week about brother, you know, that was out here prophesizing. He's like, hey, if you can make that happen, make it happen. Back when he was playing for the Mariners. Yeah. So it was like 98 or something, like 98 or 99.
That's crazy that it was back then that he was saying that.
Yeah. So, like, he finally got what Keaton had his eyes on.
How long you think he'd been scoping it?
1994 or so, probably, when she was on TV the first time.
On Living Color?
Yeah. You know A-Rod watching Living Color.
You think so?
Absolutely.
He's absolutely. He's like, yo, I got to get that.
Yeah.
You think he was...
A-Rod's from New York.
Is he?
No, he's from Florida.
I was only thinking from Florida.
A-Rod's from Florida.
Yeah, he still watched it.
Yeah, he would have. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's definitely from Florida because he bought the University of Miami baseball.
Yeah, and he didn't go there because he came straight out of high school, didn't he?
No, he didn't bother with college.
Yeah, that's like No. I guess that's his college he would have went to, like LeBron, where he
played
like,
in the majors when he was 17, 18. Like A-Rod's a prodigy. But anyway, though, I say all that to say that I think that the power couple has become the new hustle. The wait and see. Like, you get around the block a little bit. The power couple hustle essentially is, hey, we might as well just go ahead and join our houses.
like on Game of Thrones, like we got to join this
after a little bit,
Glover house and Karstark house need to come together.
Exactly. I just think that after a little bit, it's not about waiting to find that person. You just got to make that business move. And maybe you find a person that works for you on that level, but it's smart to make that business move.
Yeah, especially with them.
Yeah.
Like, what else they gonna get?
There's nothing else left. Like, the whole thing out there, J-Lo don't have kids, do she?
Yeah, she got twins with Mark Anthony.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so she's got everything.
And
A-Rod's got 2 daughters.
2 daughters, yeah.
So he's like,
they good. They ain't gonna have no more kids.
So my thing about it is that eventually you just gotta do the power couple hustle and just come together on some things that make sense. Like, maybe it's not gonna be, you know, A-Rod. Because most likely you're not J-Lo.
Not at all.
And just like it might not be J-Lo because
you're not
A-Rod. But you can find somebody that relatively matches your level or, you know, moves it forward. I think that's how it works out.
Like if you work at Popeyes, you can get somebody
that works at churches.
At least.
Yeah. And then what you can have is dope-ass tea and good-ass chicken. You can't get one
and a variety, too.
Yeah, you can't get one at the other.
I mean, like, dang, she gonna
brief sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't there macaroni and cheese at Popeyes? Look at what I just blew the whole top of your head off. You ain't gonna find that on the internet. Don't go looking for it. Just answer the question. Why is there not macaroni and cheese at Popeyes? But there's macaroni and cheese at KFC.
I wonder if it's something about the freshness of the macaroni and the cheese and all that stuff. I wonder if they worry about that.
Some Cajun spice macaroni and cheese from Popeyes. There should be. We table this for another day. Something that should be added to each menu at your favorite fast food joints.
I'm just Googling.
Because they got the chicken sandwich now.
They got a Popeyes mac and cheese.
Is it only in Louisiana?
You know what? This guy's saying it is mac and cheese. I went into Popeyes. This is on a Reddit thread. I went to Popeyes the other day and I saw that mac and cheese was added as a side. Was hesitant to try it, but it was wondering if anyone else has tried it. I have high hopes, but don't waste my money if anything's good. Not available in Metro Atlanta, Metro Nashville, or Metro Birmingham.
Or any metro areas with more than 10 black people.
Was it added? I figured it always been a thing. So people thought it was a thing already.
I think that people thought it was an option.
Somewhere in Texas.
And it's not really there. It's the bamboozle. I feel like this is like a Black Mirror episode. Like I figured out something I wasn't supposed to.
This is crazy. I never thought about this.
See?
Now I'm going down this wormhole.
We've lost Dale for the rest of the show. I'm gonna finish the thing about the power couple hustle.
Oh, we got to figure out this mac and cheese. Oh, they saying that there's people in this thread that have had that. They said the KFC mac and cheese is better. Hey man, that's what they saying.
I've never heard anybody say anything at KFC was better than anything at Popeyes.
Anything else.
I want to verify the IP. I want to see what their IP address, where this shit coming from. But yo, I think that you get to a point though. Where you got to kind of I don't think anybody should ever settle. First of all, never settle. But sometimes you got to adjust them expectations though, right? And I think that the power couples have figured that out. I think that what they figured out is that they make it look good for the cameras, but to make sure that you is getting something out of it.
Yeah, like I think a part of from J-Lo's, both of them didn't want to be with nobody that was, I wouldn't say beneath them, or someone that wasn't as strong as them maybe. Because Mark Anthony, he said he was hanging around for like 15 years to get at J-Lo, like as the best friend.
Right.
And then I could see, and I don't know anything about A-Rod's wife at all, but it seems like she was like, you know, I make all this bread, right? You know, like I could see him having an attitude of like, I make all this bread, sit your ass down somewhere.
He was dating Tori Wilson for a while.
This after he got married? Maybe after he get divorced?
I think so.
No, I'm talking about his wife. I'm going off wife.
Okay, yeah.
She just seemed like she would just been like, you know, he'd have been a Beanie Seal, get down or lay down with her. You know, literally get down or lay down.
Well, we know A-Rod's cutthroat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's the most smiling ass cutthroat.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think that motherfucker would be smiling and be like, I told you to get down and lay down.
A-Rod knows how to rehab an image, though. He went from being one of the biggest
and a big pariah
of all time to now being, you know, he should run for office.
He was only married for 6 years. Shit, I thought
if anybody should run for office, it should be him.
Yeah, I thought he was married longer than that. Yeah. He was only married for 6 years.
Yeah, no.
He married in the middle of his prime, too. He was, wow. D. Jeter did, this is before he went to New York, wasn't it? Or he got married right when he went to New York? 02?
No, he got married when he went to Texas. Yeah. He got to New York in like 04, I think.
Oh, that's why he got married, because he was like, this team sucks. I ain't got nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Dude, I got nothing to do. He's in
Arlington, close to Dallas.
But he's still, I mean, you got to think, man. He was like, man, this team sucks. I got all this paper. You know what? I'm going to go and get married. Fuck it.
So, my thing about it is that, I mean, I don't know. You've been married. I'm on the road towards it. I don't ever feel like telling people something that they're not supposed to do, anything like that. Like, hey, I ain't trying to be the one that's like, oh, I figured it out, so now you need to figure. I don't truly care what anybody else does. I just look at those people and I say, I think they figured something out. I think they figured out how to leverage their positions against each other and
move it.
Yeah, and to not have to settle or do anything at all. Now, you'll get a lot of kickback from especially from some black women that say there ain't those comparable dudes on the market that is on their level.
And I agree.
And that's true.
Yes.
I think that is true. I think that is a challenge. And some of them don't want to start, jumping the gate and dating another races and stuff like that.
The same guy that UPS is at the hockey game in the top rafter.
Exactly. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. And I think there's some people that want to date with professions that they respect too.
Ooh, go into this now. What do you mean? So it doesn't matter how much money they have. You think it's that they respect the profession, not actually what they make.
I think that part of the power couple hustle is being with somebody that's on your same par, both visually and with finances and everything too.
So if you are an electrician
it's a garbage man out here breaking in that dough.
Yeah, or you an electrician on the poles making 6 figures.
Exactly. Doing big work, making things happen like that. Or you're like the manager of like a general manager for like a gas station or something.
And you got like 10 stores up under you, right?
Big money in that. You know what I'm saying? But the optics ain't right. That's not part of the power couple hustle.
You can't say I'm the general manager of Quick Trip.
Can't do that. Can't introduce that. You can't be an attorney or a doctor or anything like that.
You can't be Wardell then.
Yeah, no. No.
Damn.
No.
Even though Wardell got great benefits, he making 6 figures as the general manager, you said. There's a sound.
But the optics work better with another person. See, that's a key. That's the downfall of the power couple hustle when you try to pull it off in real life. Because remember, you are not A-Rod. You are not J-Lo.
So is it more blue collar jobs or considered blue collar jobs or the ones?
I would think so. That's what it seems like to me.
So if somebody said they were a painter, do you think somebody would be like?
No, that doesn't sound sexy at all. You need to be an account executive. You need to be like a boomerang ass nigga.
Okay, so you got to be like the head graphic designer, not just a graphic designer.
No, you be a graphic designer. Graphic designer sounds good.
Okay.
You just can't have no dirt up underneath your nails.
Okay. So if you're like, yo, I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying?
Dangerous. That's a dangerous slope right there. Is your art getting posted? Is it getting sold, or are you just?
You're walking in with your lady, and you saying you're an artist. What do you think that people think when you say that?
People are intrigued by that. So
they're going to gauge and ask
people
questions.
in higher society are like, oh, art. Oh, where have I seen your work? Like,
you're like, oh, well,
that's something that you could put out there and make it sound exotic. It's an artist, it's a painter. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But like,
working at Ameren.
What's he doing at Ameren?
I'm on them poles.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. That's just great.
You keep our power on. Good job. Thank you.
Thank
you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. When you get looked at as the help, can't have that, because then that goes against the power.
Or if you own a lawnmower company.
So, yeah. So here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as we look to merge these things, it's just extraordinary amount of people out here that's doing good things.
Stop it.
Making
Before you even
happen.
go forward. What is we got to do it for the ladies. What is the flip for the ladies of jobs that don't look good for the power coming from the guy looking at the lady?
I'm not going to go for the obvious.
A stripper?
That's obvious.
Yeah, I mean, that's an obvious one.
That's obvious.
Working at Popeyes or something?
Yeah, I mean, I think retail, food work, things like that.
I think it's easier for a woman to get over having a non-glamorous job.
Because even though we're in a progressive era, it's still the breadwinner era. And when you're...
Especially if she bad.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she bad, yeah. I mean, that's a whole other pass.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's how it is.
So I don't think it's anything comparable for a woman.
A stripper.
That's it. Porn star, I guess. But that's just an extension of a stripper. It's like part B.
It's the same neighborhood.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. Or sex worker in general. This sex work in general.
Yeah. Sex worker, the term makes me uncomfortable. It makes me feel like we're talking about selling people into...
like sex trafficking or some shit. Okay.
Sex worker makes me uncomfortable.
So, yeah, I guess that'd be it. Pretty Woman is the only thing that would be looked down upon, basically. And we saw that he still wiped her up at the end of that movie. Mm-hmm. So it's hope for you, ladies. Continue.
I don't know. I mean, so should we be encouraging more unions of purpose?
I think more women need to be hollering that dude named Wardell that's the general manager of Quick Trip that's got some paper, but it ain't staying glamorous.
Because we holler at that same equivalent of that woman? Or?
All the time. Yeah. All the time.
Are either one of us really in position to comment on this?
I'm hollering at chicks that ain't had shit, and they was bad.
Did you marry one?
No.
Well, that's kind of what we talking about here.
No, I would though if I had, but it depends how much paper I got too though. Mm-hmm. You're saying if you got a nice amount of stacks sitting there, yeah,
you can't do whatever you want to.
Whatever, who's ever, whatever.
Money writes the rules.
You goddamn right it does.
Found a couple hustle, baby. Let's
look. That's how motherfuckers. A-Rod probably told his ex-wife he had a side chick.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Casey, when she called, you don't pick up. You don't pick up if Casey called. I don't like. She know about you, but she feel uncomfortable when you answer the phone.
All right, man.
We got breaking news?
Before we get out of here, no.
So, let's wrap it on up. Matt, you got some announcements for everybody?
Yeah, man. So we're going to, in the continual effort to give you the optimal listening experience here, we're going to go back. We have a little contest going forward. So what we're going to do is, one of the three topics that we hit tonight is absolutely not true. One of them is not true. It is a great scenario. However, it did not actually happen. So if you can pick out which one of the things we talked about on the show right here and send it to us, we are going to Cash App you
$1.
A whole $1.
And you get to pick the scenario.
And you get to pick the scenario. You get to pick a part of the portion of the show going forward. Let us know which one isn't, and we got you because we got our people. This goes back to our old days of the E&J Fund.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, Chad Focus has 4.3 million views on one of his videos.
Don't be knocking them. Hey, Chad Focus.
Hold on, everybody. We're gonna play this. We can do this live podcast, and we're gonna play.
Just let this be the thing to take the show out.
So
this is gonna be a take it out show.
Email us straight olc@gmail.com.
Yo, Chad Focus, baby.
New Chad
Check
Focus.
It out. New Chad Focus for you.
Yeah, y'all. This is Chad Focus. Email us, like we said, straightoilc@gmail.com. Let us know which one is the fake article. Also, let us know questions, all that good stuff. We out. Hey, I like the beat.